Hey, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. I just finished this gorgeous antique junk journal from a book that I received damaged, but I did a lot of repair in it. You can see a bit of a split here, but it's a safe split, so it's not going to ruin the junk journal. But I was able to save that spine, which I was really happy about. And this is, guess what the theme is? The theme is music. And this is a beautiful 1800s book. The great musical composers, and look at that gold gilding on there. It is awesome. The embossing, the decoration here, it's exquisite on the spine, and then the back is all intact as well. I did some of my vintage beads and some art deco on there that match the cover, and I am just thrilled with how it turned out. So let's take a look inside. Every page in here, everything is authentic, antique, and vintage ephemera, and it's all music themed. So very, very cool. And before it goes in my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.com, I just want to give you a little history of everything. Now, I was going to cover the inside cover, but that's how I received the book, and I kind of liked it. I like how worn it is. I like that somebody along the lines peeled something off of here. I just think it's fabulous. So if somebody wants to cover it, they certainly can, but I left it alone. This is from 1920 from L'étude magazine, and it's all advertisements for music schools. This is a page out of this book, the Beethoven chapter, and in here is a 1955 cover of the Rhythm and Blues magazine. Look at that. Isn't that fun? I love it so much. So you can have an awful lot of fun reading up on that. And okay, if you don't know what this is, I'm not going to tell you, but I want you to ask somebody over the age of 50 what that is. I have a few of these, and I love them. This came from an antique book here. I Adore Music. And then over here is another Etude music magazine from 1920 with all these wonderful advertisements on it. Violin supplies, and just wonderful. This is a wonderful page out of a 1940s children's book, and it's got some squirrels here playing musical instruments, and this one here, they are both trying to play the bagpipe. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? It's so fun. And this is a gorgeous plate out of a 1905 book, and it's music and poetry. Isn't that stunning? I love it so much. Then here, another oboe player here. This is from a 1953 yearbook, university yearbook. And we've got the Glee Club up here, women's and men's. Look, isn't that awesome? And on the other side is the Outing Club and the Forensic Club. Really? I had to laugh when I saw that. Oh, that was pretty funny. And a little bit of lace. This came out of another antique book for every music lover. Now this here, I actually Googled it. You can buy this postcard on Etsy, and it's quite expensive. So it's an original, and look, it was never used, but I just thought it was so fun. I love it. And then this here from 1927 is a catalog page. It's a little brittle, but look how fun this is. Advertising all these musical instruments. Look at this, a violin for $13.50. Wow, harmonicas. And then we've got phonographs and drums and, oh my gosh, triangle tambourine. Look at the record player. Yeah, so really, really fun page there. And that is also on an original page from this book. And then this here is another teen magazine page from the 50s. So we've got down here an Elvis Presley, Play the Piano, and then the words to lots of songs of the times. This is My Story by Johnny Cash. Wow. Fantastic. What a find. And then this is just a wonderful article here that I got from a newspaper from the 40s, and it's a jazz band. Isn't that neat? Other brass instruments there. This is another one of those wonderful Etude magazine pages. This is the original first page of the book, and there it is there. Great musical composers. This is from the vintage songbook, and you'll see the name of that on the other side. This is a plate. It's beautiful. It's an original, and it is from the early 1900s, but look at the colors on that. And of course, he is playing the bagpipe there as well. Very cool, right? And slip that back up there, and that is on an antique music sheet that I turned into a pocket as well. And here's another Etude magazine page from October 1920. You see it there? And then we've got this beautiful piano playing lady here. We've got singers, and on the other side, more voice singing and singing, singing, singing. I love these Etude magazine pages. I'm almost out of them, but I had to go into this particular journal. More music here. This is from a campfire songbook and how to make little instruments out of lots of fun things around the campfire. So I like that. This is another one of these wonderful folk and country song magazines for teens from the 50s. And so there we've got all our country stars here. And oh, that would have been fun in the Thanksgiving journal I just finished. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Very fun. Hey, you could mix them both. You could have this for Thanksgiving. Order it soon. This is from another vintage children's book here. We've got all the orchestra instruments there. That's the flip side of it. And this is really, really lovely. Isn't that beautiful? That came from a songbook as well. And that is very early 1900s. So lots of journaling space there. This I had to do some repair work to. It is from 1895. And it's the Youth's Companion. So there's some splits here that you can see here. So I put some antique paper on the back. But it's got the ukulele and the banjo there, xylophone. I just love it so much. I'm a big fan of the banjo. My dad used to play the banjo. So whenever I see one, I put it aside. It's just another really fun page there. Music schools. And then here's another fella in a marching band with the saxophone there. Antique paper on the back from 1800s. Another antique music sheet. And there's another one of those wonderful banjo playing pieces. That's that vintage music sheet there. This came from a 1930s children's book. So we've got the marching soldiers here and this wonderful drum. He's beating himself with the drumstick. Funny little story. Now this is a funny little thing. It's just the cover of a music magazine from the 1800s, but I turned it into a little booklet so you can journal in there as well. Isn't that great? This is a plate from a 1940s book here. We've got the woman playing the piano and her piano teacher there. A gentleman playing the fiddle here from a vintage book. And then here we have another one of these fantastic Etude magazine pages, all music related. This came from the wonderful, wonderful book that I turned into a journal a while back, Love Letters from a Musician. This is fantastic. Look at that. The Etude. And Etude in French means the study, so the study of music. May 1921, this particular one is. Then this is a glassine book jacket protector. And I acquired quite a few of those, so I really like it. And I turned it into this little pocket. We've got down here, how to play the musical saw. I just thought that made me laugh. It's still making me laugh. This is another wonderful page from a music book. Now this came from Through the Looking Glass, Alice in Wonderland, 1940s. And there's Alice in amongst all the drums there, their ears covered up. This is another little In Sweet Music is Such Art. And then music comes. So it's just a sweet little book. I love it. It's very special, very old, and it's going in my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com. So hopefully you'll come back again, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.